Hello everyone and welcome back to Railroader, where today we're going to finish off where we started in the previous video. So right now we have got a whole bunch of stuff that needs to go over to the sawmill. And just recap, we finished off last time out by spotting that oil car over there and a couple of wagons over there for Stenzel. So let's get on board the engine if I don't fall off. And let's get underway. So just check how many passengers we've got waiting over here, because I don't want it filled up too much. 58 already, wow. We may need to go get another boxcar. New passenger car, sorry, boxcar. Yeah, sure, Nick. That's what you meant. Like that. We are going to set the reverse forward. Switches are all aligned. Knock off the brakes. Give a toot. And I can confirm on OBS we do have sound, which is excellent. Click the 0 button so we're actually following, and away we go. I'll have a dim headlight. Don't need to brighten up the whole world. Especially as there is only one locomotive on here and there's no passengers or vehicles to worry about at the moment. It'd be cool if they add those in at some point, but right now they're not a part of the game, so we don't have to worry about it. Right. Let's add a little giddy up to actually get moving today. Let's say what we're going to do is we're just going to run these round, set these in the appropriate places over at the sawmill, and then we're going to take the train up and recover our logs, which are sat nice and full up at the top. And then I think what we'll do is, whilst we're up the top there, we'll order another passenger car, which we can bring down, stick on passenger set, and then by that point we'll be ready to do another passenger run. Probably be about 9, half 9 by then. I'm not going to do all this in real time, of course. You're not going to be sat here for 2 hours watching me run around on trains. If you ever want to see that, let me know and I'll stream it. It just doesn't work as a video format. 2-hour long videos. And if I could get Dwayne Johnson or someone like that come and play trains with me, then yeah, you'd probably sit and watch for a couple of hours of a video, but not this one idiot on his own. Right. So I am going to put some brakes on. And not least because we've just blown straight past the switch, because we wanted to go down there. Well, this is turning out great. Blow the horn way down in the distance. Get her coming back. While we're over here, we'll also check on progress of number 1. Because it would be nice to get the passenger sets automated. Somewhat automated at least. And we can worry about the freight, which is more interesting of the two operations, of course. Slow that down. Throw the switch. Flick the reverser. We blast on the horn, and we're away. And gonna cut power now, just because there is a downhill grade over here. Of course, this is where our flooded engine was in the tutorial. In fact, just gonna do is click on there. 75%. Oh, she's getting there. By tomorrow, that should be up and running. One thing I will mention about the wear and tear and condition is they have changed it a bit already. There's a few people who said it was too aggressive. Now, I don't know personally. I didn't get to experience the whole setup, but essentially, you've got 5,000 miles before services now instead of 1. So I think some people were probably running a full 12-hour at real time schedule and probably clocking up that 1,000 miles in 2 days on an engine. So yeah, they've adjusted it, and also the rate at which the condition goes down has been changed as well. So I'm just going to back this up because this needs to go into C2, which we use the tab button, and bring this up and confirm that yes, it is indeed in front of the sawmill. Fine. What we're going to do is we're going to be a bit crafty. We're going to do that. Pull on the brakes. I'm just going to kick this car around. I'm hoping it's got enough momentum to carry it in. And what we can do is start our train backing up again and park the other 3 cars in this track just here. Oh, look at that. Thing of beauty. Coming in perfectly. Let's apply the handbrake. There we go. Couldn't have got it better if I tried. Right. Now let's start slowing this one down. Because again, that's perfectly in place. I like that. Let's stick handbrake on. Disconnect. Set us up. And away we go. A little bit of car kicking there. I didn't get to see the fully accurate switching because we were with the gondola rather than our train, but we're in. That's the important thing. Now what we're going to do, as I said, is we're going to run this around out of here. And then we're going to pick up the line up to Connolly Creek and go grab the logs. So I'm going to bring this to a stop. I will set the road and I will be back with you in about 3 seconds. Through miracle of editing magic, here we are. Got our logs set up here. Let's just kill now. And that should, because we are still going uphill, that should kill our momentum enough by the time we get there. We're going slow enough to just gently nudge in. Notice I'm hovering over the brakes just in case. In fact, I'm going to have to just open up the regulator slightly. Get us there. Come on. Really? Right, we're in. Brakes on. Handbrakes are set both ends. That's excellent. Let's hook up the air. We'll fly down here. And release that handbrake. So we're all sat on the loco now. Right. Shift and T. Let's see. So we want to get ourselves another passenger car, don't we? So it's going to cost us $4,450, and we get a discount of $445. Oh, you know what? Let's purchase it. There you go. Delivered to the interchange. Right. Let's get ourselves set up then. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the locomotive AI to do the journey. And it's got max speed of 25. And there you go. So much better having it all down there on that one thing. Such an improvement over what we had before. You know what? It's such a great sight. I'm going to steal it for our thumbnail. Yeah. As I say, just having the ability to swap between manual, AI, road and shunting, which I never used before. Maybe I should give that a go at some point, but yeah, it's just so much easier being able to do that. And because this is such a long run as well, that's why I'm letting the AI do it. But anyway, I'm going to disappear again, and I'll see you at the bottom of the mountain. Okay, as we're now approaching the sawmill once again, I'm going to take it out of AI control. And I'm just going to roll it in from here. So nice and gentle. Don't want to come too quickly through this set of switches. Just, I don't know. I think they are probably okay for 20 or 25. There's no sign saying we are restricted over them, but I'd rather just be on the safe side. Just give ourselves a bit of regulator to get us round. Of course, we are going to be setting back on this track just here. And then the next job is to go grab our shiny new passenger car, which should be waiting down on the interchange over there. And then we can send the AI on a passenger run. Or in fact, I might actually do that on my own, away from this. So, thinking about it, this might be a bit shorter video, this one. Just because of the cut, so maybe we should do a passenger run. Just to fill it out a bit more. Either way, we are going to drop off the power. We are going to switch this because we don't want to go down the hill. We're going to jump on the rear log car so we can see when we need to stop. And I'm thinking somewhere about here. Oh, look at that. Would you just look at that? Through the switch. With 3 blasts. Release brakes. And away we go. Also, let me know what you think of the colour scheme for the railroad. I'll admit it is very similar to what I used on the previous Norfolk Southern railroad. I kind of like the blue and the gold. But say, if you think we should change it, be something different, let me know down in the comments, because I'll always take your thoughts on board. And if there is an overwhelming majority for a particular paint scheme, bear in mind we cannot recolour the locomotives in game as of yet, and you are restricted to a solid colour for the vehicles and a separate colour for the writing. So, that's coming in nicely. I think we'll knock off the throttle, just let it coast in. Also, another thing you can let me know down in the comments, because I was thinking of just naming the passenger cars after the ones on the Piedmont service in North Carolina, but as I'm kind of going with my own thing, it seems a bit silly to do that. So let me know if you want your username put on the side of a passenger car. I think that would be a fun thing to do, have my viewers as passenger cars. Anyway, there we go. That's got it to a stop. We're going to apply the handbrake. One thing I did off screen was just go in and, so if I click on here, I went into operations and set the unload for these, because you do have to set, because these are captive cars, which means they never leave the railroad, you have to set a load and unload destination for this. So I have gone and done that now. What these are going to do is these are going to gradually unload, and it's going to mean it's going to produce wood chips. So that is going to load up gradually, as well as our dimensional lumber. And actually, you can see already we're starting to get a load on that flat car. And I imagine at some point this may load up, unless this is for one of the other industries that we have to accept a contract for. this is all new to me. I've never got unlocked down towards silver, so I don't know how that all pans out. What I do know is we need to pull forwards. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Because we can leave our logs just sitting pretty for now. $15 will do. I'll come out on this line. We are going to have to run around our passenger car, but that's fine. So what we'll just do is come over here. We can throw that switch. And then we're going to overtake and throw this switch just so we can run around. You've noticed a bit of screen tear in there. Sorry if I make anyone sick, but I'm just trying to replicate it. Very odd. Usually that would be if the FPS goes above what the screen is capable of, but it shouldn't doing more than 60 FPS because I have that locked in Steam. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Let's instead worry about our new passenger car, which, as you can see, is in a nice dull drab green. And we're going to change that because we want it in the same colour as our existing car. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. So I'm going to run around this and then I'll be back. So as we approach Whittier Station, just going to pop some brakes on. You can see when I got the coach, I've brought it back here. Didn't see the sense in having you join me for that run just back here. Sure you're all familiar with that section of the line by now. And yeah, but the more pertinent thing is show you the coupling and how to match all the details from that to this. So give that squeeze. Really want to nudge up as light as possible. There we go. And interestingly, this car is the other way around. So I don't recall doing it, but I must have run these round the triangle at some point. But anyway, that's irrelevant. Let's connect the glad hands. What we do is we control click on this car. We go into equipment, customize. We choose our base color, which is 7B2716, which is the code for cherry wood. We've got our lettering color, which is C19026, which is slightly different on the freight cars. I do need to change that. But anyway, to pass the color details over and the text, had we entered that, just click that and it passes on all the details to all the other stock. I'd previously done it on the caboose. Now I know some people can say, oh, your caboose should be red or it should be yellow or some standout colour. Yep, sure it should. The only thing we have to do in the customize here is change the number to 202 to match our 201. And there we have it. So let's, in fact, go on here, passenger, we want passengers trailer, click copy to coupled. So that's going to copy those details over to there, so everyone can get on board the two coaches. Now, ideally we wanted the passenger train in this track so we could run around, but of course we kept it free because we wanted it for our freight. So what we're going to assume is that we have a guy on the caboose, which is a very common thing on heritage railways here in the UK at least, is to do a shove. Passengers are loaded over the two cars. I think we can get a few more on there though. What we're going to do is we're going to ramp this up and keep going until it's 8:30. He says. And then we'll depart. So I will see you again in about 2 seconds. So we're on 8:29 now, and if I check, you can see more respectable 47 and 46 respectively in the two passenger cars. So we're just going to wait for it to tick over and then we can get on our way. He says. I thought I'd timed this a bit better since we're going to have to wait out the full minute. I don't imagine any more passengers going to come. So there we go. We are underway. Brilliant. Plus we're not left behind because we just hit the number 2 key and jump on board. In fact, what we can even do is go like that, lean out, get a cab side seat for the journey. The line is cleared for 35 along most of it, with a 30 limit in one section. So I'm going to prepare for that. That coming up. That up. There we go. Actually, we're on the wrong side, aren't we? A good view. We want to be in this seat. So we'll open the window, duck our head out, and there we go. Now we've got a riverside view. And as I say, we can pretend that we've got a conductor at the far end. He's able to signal to us if there's any danger on the line. What I'm going to do is knock off power for now. Although we can do 35. I think there is a slight downhill grade here, yeah. You see it go up to 33, so yeah, we can roll through here. And we'll take a slight set on the brakes when we see that 30 limit sign come up. I believe it's round the next left-hand bend. Just see in the distance over here, the line goes round, I'm sure That's where we need to be down 30. Other than that, it's not a bad little run from Whittier to Ela. Yeah, you only get $1 per passenger, but it's not the end of the world. I'll roll this in. Just give it a squeeze. There we go. There's that 30. We'll get down below that. And just let the light meander around. We can cruise along with it. Till such time as we get to our destination. Which is just a few bends ahead. I'm not sure if I like the new map, the way it works. Because now it stays fixed. It doesn't automatically jump you to your train or whatever. And it remembers your position from the last time you opened it, so give a update there so they know we're coming. And there's a few deer around as well. We need to get clear of the line. Yeah. Here we are, around the final bend. We've got a whistle sign here. No, just... No, we don't want that much spray. Okay. 81. Release. Just creep it into place. There we go. Ah, pretty much perfect for where I want it to be. So we are going to select to start loading up. Got 49 passengers already. And Ela never produces as many passengers as either Bryson down that way or Whittier back where we came from. So we're going to do that. And before we disappear, we're going to try something, because I heard about something that was a way to get loads of, well, I say loads of extra money, but basically take advantage of the finance. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Shift T, because I know that I want some more of our skeleton cars. So we need to purchase 4. We're going to need $2,000 for that. So we're going to take $2,000 like that. And as you can see, we've got to pay a 10% interest payment in 4 days. So let's close that, because that's not updated our funds in there. Right, so there we go. So it does recognize it now. So we're going to purchase those. So they're going to be sat at the interchange yard when we get back there. And they are going to be sent up to the first part of our logging camp, which will take the 4 cars nicely. It's just going to increase our funds. But I've been told about something. So basically, it fiddles with the interest payment. So when you repay, you should always repay now when it takes the maximum percentage off the 10%, because that 10% doesn't always stay fixed to the current loan. And then when you've got 1 day left, or even less, say 15, 16 hours, whatever it may be, that's when you want to increase your loan, because it will only put a 20 or 2% interest payment because you're on your last day. But that rolls on to the next 5-day period. So it'll be easier to show you in practice, or there is a video explaining how it works. But yeah, if it works still, if it hasn't been patched, then we're going to take advantage of it for now, just to get started, because I do want to add in one of these as soon as possible. And as you'll have seen, we can take a loan to cover that. So if it works, that's what we're going to do in 4 days, is we're going to buy ourselves an SW1. Now you probably won't see the next 4 days. I'm going to likely do that offline, because there's going to be, essentially I'm just going to be running backwards and forwards. So the next section you'll see from me actually is when we open the bridge to Bryson, because that's going to give us some variety. Otherwise you're just going to be watching me do the same thing back and forth. But anyway, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And say if you want your name to replace the TWN railway on the top there, let me know down in the comments. I will keep a record, so if we run out of coaches, so if 4 of you say you want your name on it right now, the next 2 coaches, your name will be saved to go on a coach, so on and so forth as we go forwards. But I'll say that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.